Welcome, Cub loyal fans. One heck of a game today. It is July 26th, Thursday night. Cubs finished the four-game series against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Didn't start off too well, kind of as expected. Chatwood is not having a great year, uh, frustrating pretty much everyone, but it is what it is right now. He was kind of hanging in there with some good defense. Second inning turned a double play. Third inning, or no, second inning is when bases were loaded and Bote was playing second base. He came up, by the way, because Bryant was got put on the DL. Bote gave Cubs a spark on the defense and on the offense. We'll get to that. But he got a key third out in the second inning that prevented any scoring happening from the Diamondbacks, Arizona Diamondbacks. So still 0-0. Cubs actually had the 1-0 lead, kind of a wild play where Contreras ran through a stop sign. It was kind of some bad defense where they threw to second instead of throwing a third or throwing home. Contreras just kept running. Cubs had the 1-0 lead. Things look good, kinda. Got to hold your breath with Chatwood. Fourth inning, Cubs former catcher that they signed last or traded for last year at the All-Star break, Alex Avila, hit a two-run homer, just great. So Cubs are down 2-1 in the fourth inning. And then we're getting into the fifth, hoping Chatwood can at least go five. Chances are they're going to use a pinch hitter in the fifth for him anyway. And Chatwood has a couple guys on, wasn't looking effective. Two outs, so we were down just 2-1 at the time. Dunsing comes in, not a great year. He was looking a little bit better after he came back from the DL. Dunsing walks a guy, bases loaded, and then gives up a home run. So wasn't looking good at that point. We were down 6-1 in the fifth inning, and closed the books where Chatwood was charged with 4 earned runs and in 4 2/3, so definitely not a quality start. He also walked 6. And then, Dunsing was charged with those 2 runs, puts his ERA over 7. So frustrating. But the bullpen did pretty solid after that. Didn't give up any more runs. And it was great that they didn't because the Cubs started scrapping their way back. There was one error, and they were kind of scrapping their way back. Rizzo went 3 for 5. Bote went 2 for 4. You get into the ninth inning, Cubs are down 6-4. Thinking, oh boy, looks like they're going to lose 3 out of 4, but you never know. We do lead the league in comebacks. And, a guy gets on, Bote hits a pretty good no-doubter in the left center field. Geez, the guy is clutch. I mean, he's just getting called up this morning. And, he gets 2 RBIs, 2 runs. Man, I think there's going to be a lot of heartbroken fans if he gets traded. But now I'm hearing it sounds like he's going to stay. And shoot, I almost wonder, even if, say, Bryant gets healthy and he gets back before September, maybe you call Estella down, keep up Bote. I don't know. You have to see if we keep winning. It's hard to take him out of the lineup or at least not have off the bench. Jeez, the guy comes through in the ninth inning, tie the game. And then what does Rizzo do for an encore? He hits the ball out of the stadium. It probably went into some guy's garden. Cubs pull it off, score 3 in the ninth, and win 7-4. Right now, they're 3 games up ahead of Milwaukee. Milwaukee is taking on at San Francisco Giants. They're not bad, and as we had our challenges with them, and playing a late game, at San Francisco is never easy. So it'd be pretty cool if they can lose. Cubs get back to 3.5 games. It's the highest they've been, and then kind of go from there. Now, where the Cubs are at, they have 3 more games before a day off, a much-needed day off after going to be going 13 games in 12 days. Things are looking better now. You have Montgomery on the mound, and then Hendricks. Will kind of hope he gets that going. I'm sorry, the rotation, getting used to the rotation but after Montgomery, then you have Quintana, and then you have Hendricks to finish the series. So Cardinals are kind of up and down. They bring up a couple minor league prospects that pitched pretty well, and then their bullpen blew a few games. They're not scoring a ton of runs. Looking forward to, I wanted to do better than 3 out of 5 against the Cardinals, but I'll take it. 4 out of 5, us even 5. I wanted to really put them in a situation where they're a seller. So, but they're kind of hanging in there. We could really do some damage against them. And the thing about them is, listen to the main trade guru Ken Rosenthal is the Cardinals. They have some talent, they have some good bats, good pitchers, but they don't have a lot of guys that are going to be free agents. And so, but we'll see how that works out. We're seeing this trade. We're seeing more than guys that are going to be what they call rentals that are going to be free agents next year. We're seeing guys with 2, 3 years left on their contract that are getting traded. So it's pretty interesting. I kind of like it. So that's where we're at. Hearing some strong rumors that Cubs may get Cole Hamels. Uh, his ERA is not great, but looking at things, he struggles at home too. And they're saying Texas is pretty bad ballpark to pitch in. Like his ERA 6 there, and his ERA is like under 3 on the road. And I don't know, the last month he kind of somewhat struggled, not hitting his spots, but maybe change the scenery, having a chance to make the playoffs and go deep, maybe win the World Series. That may re-motivate him. And then and they could opt out of his contract next year. And they're talking about we only would have to inherit some of his salary and wouldn't have to give up his best prospects. So, it seems like a no-brainer because we need some type of spark in the starting rotation. Right now, I'd say Hendricks, you're not getting his 6 innings. Chatwood's never given you 6 innings. So it's tough when you have 2 bad starters not getting it done. Pleased that Lester got it going again, and Montgomery looked great last time, and Quintana was amazing too. But you want to get at least 4 guys going and get into the playoff roster to have 4 that are pretty good pitchers. That helps your chances, especially if the bats can be good. So I was pleased with the bat. It took the bats a little while to get going. In a day, 7 runs will win you most games, and that's what it took. They were only scoring 1 run a game, or it wasn't good enough. 2 runs yesterday was good enough. So amazingly, as bad as after 4 runs in the first 3 games, Cubs managed to split Arizona, and they haven't lost a series at Wrigley since May, like May 14th. So I don't remember if they split any other ones, but this was a split. Not bad considering, you had Bias that wasn't at full strength. He came off the bench the last couple days. Bias looked better. He came in and he struck out, but he still turns, something bad into gold. And it was like a wild pitch, and he ran to first, and he looked better than yesterday when he got a single and then was running on to second on a overthrow. He looks better, so the diagnosis is a bruise, so it's probably just kind of painful, but kind of a day-to-day to keep icing it. I hate to have him and Bryant gone. Bote is kind of giving us a spark. I know Bryant was only hitting about 250 the last since he came back anyway, and only a few homers. Bote hits a home run today, and he can hit them. He hit 12, at least 12 for Iowa. So he's definitely capable, and he's hitting 326 right now, and he's running the bases well. And then, he made a defensive play that saved at least 1 run, and who knows what would have happened after that. If that would have been a hit, could have been, they might have got 2 runs, and then things could have even got ugly. Some of the games I see with Chatwood. But maybe that's the last time we see Chatwood in the starting rotation. We'll see. Trade talks are heating up, so we'll see what happens. Exciting times. We might even get another relief guy, and then we have to kind of figure out our weaknesses. You can send Rosario back to Iowa, but he's done pretty well considering like a 2.03 ERA. Butler, he came in the 9th and gave up a hit, but he didn't give up a run. So in 3 innings pitched, he only gave up 1 run. So we'll see. He has no options. Makes the league minimum, so wouldn't be a big financial blow. There's some talks about Dunsing with his 7 ERA. You DFA him. He signed a 2-year contract. I don't know. Maybe Cubs will get creative and like put him in the DL, and then maybe bring him up in September and pitch him in some non-stressful games when the uh, when you rosters expand to 40 guys, and then see if he can improve next year. 'Cause, 2-year contract instead of giving up on him right away. They're not paying him a ton, like he signed 2 years for $7 million. But he might get it turned around. I mean, he was their second best pitcher last year, and just a tough year for him so far. But we're off to Friday night at 7 against the Cardinals, and we have Montgomery on the mound. Should be pretty exciting. And we'll see if the Brewers can lose tonight, get us up to 3.5 games lead in the division, and we'll see if we get some more positive news if a trade comes through that helps get the team better. Go Cubs, go!